The voice we chose was the oppressed voice of women from the 18th and 19th century. The leader of the National Women's Suffrage Association, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, decided to modify the Declaration of Independence and incorporate her opinions in a specific piece of document written by Thomas Jefferson, the Grievances. Her version is called the Declaration of Sentiments. Stanton was induced by the unjust and intolerable mistreatment by men towards women, leaving them oppressed. Although she failed, she sparked an epic outroar of women who started to fight for equality and freedom. The following grievances you are about to read were altered by Stanton herself.
The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Perkins Gilman reveals an oppressed woman trapped in this room with an odd yellow patterned wallpaper due to her obedience towards her husband. Since her husband is a physician, he feels as though he has the answer to all her problems and knows exactly what it takes to get her through this depression. But in reality, the things he deprives her of, such as writing, are things that she feels helps her get through it. Being trapped in this room with just her and her thoughts led her to believe that there was a woman trapped in this wallpaper, but that woman ended up being just her trapped in the room. And in this piece, written in 1892, perfectly depicts the role of women being oppressed and under the control of men.
Women faced inferior and insignificant roles in society during the 18th century. Men made all decisions in the household and managed their wives' lives. As a matter of fact, women did not have any voice in the way they wanted to live their lives. Kate Choplin not only found this to be an accurate statement about how women were appraised, but also wrote stories about women living that life. In The Story of an Hour, Mrs. Mallard lived a quaint life under her husband. She stayed about home and lived the life that her husband wanted her to live. Under those circumstances, she was not appeased to go on every day of her life like that. For this reason, when she discovered the news of her husband's passing, she was delighted. In fact, Choplin states a long percussion of years to come would belong to her absolutely, as she opened and spread her arms to them in welcome. There would be no one to live for during these coming years. She would live for herself. With this view of her husband's death in mind, she unveiled a newfound freedom in life. Notably, Choplin refers to Mr. Mallard as a powerful will that bended hers in a blind persistence, which imposed a private will upon a creature. Truly, that is how men in society treated their women. Consequently, Mrs. Mallard endowed this new life so vigorously that she ended up dying from it, of the joy that kills. Therefore, that is Choplin's view of women in society. Women's role and voice in society were subservient and to their husbands,